Check. All right.
All right. Well, welcome to the world famous Rad Dudecast. We're here. It's me, Brendan Ayer, of course. I'm here with Greg Stone. I'm here with Anthony DeVito, and we've got Dan Harumi in studio. He's running our audio visual component. We've got 3 cameras running. Will they work, Greg?
No one knows. We don't know if it's working. No one knows anything. I think it's recording. Dan says it's recording. God bless.
That's great, man.
Dan, we know for making our sweet animations.
Yeah, you know,
Shout out to
Dan
Big Dan.
is a wonderful visual artist who depicts us as vegetables, and a guy has an eye for talent. He's got an eye for the produce aisle.
All right, we have to do a quick meditation before we get started because, look, we had to hit record. We had to get going, but I am in no way ready to be doing the Rad Dudecast.
All right, well, why don't we
Let's
do...
just take a quick...
Yeah.
We'll do quick...
Well, while you're doing that, let me just you take a meditation. I'll quietly talk.
Well, I wanted to have
dulcet tones. Oh, you
I
had
want
an idea.
Anthony to guide me
Oh, that sounds relaxing.
into a guided
There
meditation.
you are in the meadow.
No, I want Brendan to guide me into a guided meditation.
But maybe along
3
the
words
way,
and I said I'm out.
Brendan gets a friend.
Welcome to the Rad Dudecast.
All right, let's do this after. You do whatever you want to do. I have to just do my own thing and breathe.
See, here's what's happening.
Yeah, there we go.
Greg
Brendan.
is
Come on, here
Greg
we
is
go.
stressed because we've gone. We've got this new camera system, this new setup. Dan is having to run clicks back and forth while he does edits. It's going to be exciting,
Right.
but as all startups,
Sure.
you talk about
Oh,
Facebook.
my God. I was there the early days.
Me too.
Oh, we were both there.
Amazon.
Oh, boy. That was a shithole to begin with.
You kidding me?
Oh
it
my
literally
God.
was the Amazon.
Yeah,
They
man.
hadn't thought of a business
This
plan
guy
yet,
tried to run a tech company out of an African river.
and he thinks the Amazon is in Africa.
Some of it is.
Is that how long the Amazon
Yeah,
is?
well, okay. Now, I'm glad this came up. As we know, the Nile River is the biggest river in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't confirm or deny.
But most history books will tell you that it is. I've never been over there myself, so I couldn't tell you with a tape measure what's what. But anyway.
Is that how they're measuring rivers, with a tape measure? With just they head down to their local Home Depot, pick up a tape measure, and one guy just heads out there, 12-foot by 12-foot piece. He measures the river.
This is not, I just said this is what they're doing in Africa, and that is in no way a racial statement. That is just, that's what's going on over there. So, anyway.
What did you say about race?
Nothing. I said nothing about race.
He said nothing.
So, but what I am saying is that the Nile River was low for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that one summer when it was real hot?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, now, think about how it was up here. Now think about what it was like in Africa. Hotter. Because it's closer to the equator.
Sure.
Yes. So.
Parts of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, the big parts of the Nile River, the meaty parts, where a lot of the tourists go, because that part...
The meaty parts of the river.
Yeah, that part...
What is the meaty part of the river?
The meaty part is the most exciting part of the river because that's where the most alligators and animals...
Crocodiles.
Yeah. So, because in Africa, they do a Lion King tour.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the hottest spot on the tour is this spot in the Nile River. It's the most Instagrammable
Times
part.
Square of the river.
Very much so.
Tourists.
Oh, it's filled. You can't walk around
Hooligans, people trying to rob you.
Yes,
Rappers
a
trying
lot
to
of-
get you CDs.
Yeah, man, a lot of people are barking you into comedy clubs right
Am I
in the
loud
area.
enough?
Yeah, you're great.
I don't
Now,
know.
the Nile River, nowhere near the Lion King portion of Africa.
Who's to say?
Me.
Okay, fine.
Can't confirm or deny.
So,
Okay.
well, anyway, so you got that area is a hub of tourism for these people.
Mhm.
And what people get so excited, it's just the river is so bountiful right there. You can see the whole world, but right before you. It's got everything, right? But last year when it was so hot, the river was decreasing in size.
You mean it was, yes, sure.
Yeah, because of the hot.
The water was going away.
The water was going away.
Mhm.
So what they did was they dumped water from the Amazon because that's the top dog river.
You gotta have it up to-
South America.
You got to have it up to par.
So
If that river goes down,
yeah,
people
and if
people aren't
they-
going to come visit.
Exactly. And if they take water from other rivers, like they take water from the Delaware or the Raritan River, well, a lot of people
The
don't.
Raritan.
Yeah, they
The Raritan, that's in New Jersey.
Yeah, another rinky-dink local river.
Yeah.
If they take
Take
water,
some of the water from Brookside Park.
They're going to empty it.
that'll mess up the ecosystem first of all, but second of all, rivers don't mix like you think they do. You notice right away. So you take it from the Amazon.
No, you don't get to keep going.
Another
what are you talking
Top
about?
Dog River dumped into the Nile because Brendan asked me initially.
No, I know, but
I
you
didn't
can't
ask
just say
anything.
Yeah, this is apropos of. No, I wasn't paying
Did he
attention. First of all, I wasn't paying attention, and I'm doing the math in my head, trying to figure out the answer. That was to the question that was asked for the answer you're giving.
Yes.
There's not a question in the world that could have been asked for this answer.
No, well, I let the record show, and maybe Dan can go back on the camera.
No, don't let him. Dan, just do what he's doing. This thing is so sensitive. This is a Jenga board about to fall.
We hit rewind for a second? Because I think Brendan said...
You're really just talking over everybody, huh? You're just getting
Well,
this
I'm the
idea.
only one talking right now.
Well,
You guys have decided not to come to the podcast today. So I have to take the whole thing on my back yet again.
Well, I'd like to interrupt and say, welcome to the Rad Dudecast. Thank you so much for listening.
You did that already.
We did it.
There's things to fucking say. Okay,
Here
of
we go,
the
he's
three
yelling.
people on this table, only one of us listens to podcasts. Me. And I
That's not
know
true at all.
how
I
to
listen to podcasts.
I
professionalize
listen to
it.
podcasts all the time.
Well, then why aren't you? We need to say things like, thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already. Rate,
Like and
review,
share.
do all these things. Share these things for us.
Yep.
You know, take a screenshot, put
Ooh,
it
I
in your
love that view.
Instagram story.
That's a
all
great
that
view. Look at
stuff,
that.
man.
Dan
Don't
is like a
fucking
Dutch
you guys.
director.
Don't be obsessed with the cameras. You
Why
gotta
not?
act like they're not there, like
What?
a porno movie. Yeah,
Look, I'll
you
be
gotta-
honest. We cannot confirm that these are up on the internet yet. There's a good chance that we're still only 3 lottery numbers through. We don't know if this is so far. It looks like it's working.
This is great, man. We're
But I don't know if it's
recording-
going to be working by the end. I still got to edit this thing.
That's why I'm saying let's
Edit.
not have a video discussion based podcast where with little to no.
People love behind the curtain stuff.
They do love behind the curtain stuff. Now,
I should have bought a curtain for this.
Not a bad idea. A curtain is never a bad idea.
So I got something to say here. Like, subscribe, share the podcast. For $5 extra a month, you get so much fun.
4 bony episodes.
4 bony episodes.
For those episodes will be rock hard.
Yeah.
Back to the topic at hand. The Nile,
Patreon.com/Rad Dudecast.
yes.
Go ahead.
The Nile River, you were mentioning before.
Yes.
That you can't, that they don't mix. Waters don't mix.
They don't.
What does that mean?
Can I interrupt you here
Top
for a
Dog
second,
rivers
Greg?
and Little Dog rivers are different.
Hang on.
Hey, I've got to jump in here and just say,
Thank you. Maybe you'll answer for me.
Why in God's name would you come back to that? What in your head thought this would be a good idea to get him rolling again on this made-up fucking river tale?
Because here's the thing with Anthony. Anthony is like a puzzle you found in your basement from the 60s, and you dump all the pieces out onto a table, and you go, let's see if we could solve this thing. But here's the problem. Sometimes pieces have been eaten by dogs that live there. Sometimes it's just multiple puzzle pieces. The picture you're putting together,
Sometimes
it's going to be wild. Just don't know what it is.
Sometimes a piece gets sentient and goes on its own mission across the country to meet up with its parents.
I would go you one step
Maybe.
further. Anthony is like a puzzle you find in your basement from the 60s, but that a guy has done a cruel trick on and pulled one piece from 60 different
Yeah.
puzzles and put it in there, and not a single piece fits together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can both agree I am a puzzle.
Yes, a conundrum.
So to answer your question, Greg, and I'll be brief with this.
You guys,
for
I just want to
Christ's
say,
sake.
before you get into that,
Yeah.
because I'm ready. I am ready to get in that car and drive as far as it goes. Are you guys comfortable sitting so close to each other?
I'm very comfortable.
Yes, very comfortable. I don't see.
All right. Yeah, see, there you go. You got a little space on the left if you want to go. There you go.
Just stop looking at the cameras, man.
Yeah,
You're
I love
obsessed.
it. They're there.
Greg's obsessed with the,
You know
the
what
proceedings.
Because this is a difference. The camera and Grev have a love affair, whereas
I do.
you shy from the camera for some reason.
I don't shy from the camera. I'm one of the top actors.
Can I give
in here.
Dan a note?
What?
Can I give Dan a note?
Never.
When someone's talking, Dan, I want you to be clicked on that guy. And if someone is not talking, people don't need to see my reaction to Anthony's.
What the hell? Let him direct,
do it.
man.
Yeah, come
you
on.
fucking tell Spielberg how to do Jaws.
First of all, I'm just trying to get Dan to laugh a little bit.
Dan is
But
not
there's no
an
camera on
outward
Dan.
laugher, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I was just kidding, Dan. I was.
Can I say something? Because I know
just trying
Dan.
to pick on you for fun.
I know Dan a lot longer and more intimate
Do
than you
not
guys.
know him. We had a lunch.
What?
Dan and I
Dan
had
and
a
I have
lunch.
many lunches, many dinners, holidays spent together. Dan
Oh,
is an
yeah,
inward
yes.
laugher, but he's having a great time.
Oh, good.
That's the thing you got to know about
I'm a
him.
big Dan fan.
Here's the other thing about Dan.
I was just trying to see where he lays if I give him a couple pokes.
Yeah, he's laughing at you, man.
I can't tell because he's facing the.
He's got a job to do, and he's doing it exquisitely.
Yes,
Dan's
yes.
great on Twitter. He's got great tweets.
Yeah, Dan's great.
This
Who's rubbing
fucking
the microphone like that?
it's this podcast sucks. And I'll fucking tell you right now, this podcast sucks my fucking dick. And I've never been more embarrassed. Now, did I tell you guys about that?
Well, why does it suck?
What?
And then talk about it. I'll give you two. Why
Because
does it
it's
suck?
a very Dan-heavy podcast
Well,
so
because I'll tell you why it sucks. Because
And I'm not trying to say anything about Dan. It's just the
and
tone.
it's no one's fault. But we're all put into this new environment as if as if we were at waters from the Amazon dumped into the Nile. If I could continue
Yes.
on Anthony,
And
it's
sometimes the
wonderful.
big dogs don't mix.
Yeah, and so we're in this new environment with cameras and editor, and we're trying to adjust to that. And what we're doing is we're exclusively talking about that, and we don't know if that will even be anywhere. And so the people listening, they're in their cars going, "What the fuck is this?" Now, for my second point, did I tell you about that French snake I caught?
No.
What are you doing,
Oh,
Greg?
getting some air in here.
Yeah,
huh?
it's hot, man.
Did I tell you about that French snake?
No.
No, we're not ready for the French snake yet. I'm ready for this story, but we could go right into it.
And I've got another
All
thing.
right.
This is-
What?
okay, we'll go into. Are we doing this?
The French snake thing is going to be something that's going to have to be looked at closely, with time and presence. So
Okay.
if you need to clean, maybe you should close all accounts before talking
Okay,
about the snake.
because I've got one more account to close.
Go ahead, close it
Some
up.
podcasts, because you were talking about how no podcast, every podcast opens with the business. I listen to the TED Radio Hour every now and again, and
Yeah.
usually they open with an excerpt from the speech.
Yeah, but they've got the clout. Okay, they don't need. They don't
But
need
they do.
to drum up business the way we do. We're the guy.
Maybe
we're,
we start doing that.
We're a halal cart. Okay, they're a fucking 3-star Michelin restaurant. They don't need fucking neon lights and
Yeah.
false deals on the side that say they have stuff they don't actually have. Yeah. Oh yeah, you have a fried chicken dinner. You don't. I see what you have. You have halal. That's it.
we're a halal cart, right? What we're working with, small business, but all the money we're making, we're sending back to Pakistan to fund a lot of, I would like to say,
Yeah, man.
bring down capitalism type events.
Yeah, every goddamn chicken sandwich you buy from here that goes to phone cards and to foreign terrorism.
Now we got a French snake here.
Oh, that is a good one. That is a good one, Monsieur Anthony. See, I told
nice
you,
to
I
meet
found
you.
a French snake. He came into my room, and I caught him, and I was going to kill him because I don't like snakes. But of
course.
though you were going to kill me? No, I wasn't going to kill you. See, he listens to everything. He's a fucking...
Let me be the snake because you're gonna have to talk to him.
What?
You can't be everybody. Let me be him.
What?
It's gonna be
Hold
tough.
on a second.
No, that's fun.
You
know?
can't be him. He's
What?
just his own guy.
True.
I meant let me
True.
hold him and
See what happens.
yeah, I want to be the snake.
No one can hold me. I am a snake from France. Ask me anything you would like to know. But first, I need a cigarette.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna go smoke, or we can ask you questions. Which one is it?
I don't know. Do you have a cigarette?
I don't have any smokes on me, man.
I gotta be honest. The camera with
See, I think you
gonna-
gotta put it. You know what I mean? Just
that's
put
why
it.
I have to be him.
Yeah.
Give me. You talk him, I'll hold him.
Nobody will hold me
Let me
except
hold
the
him.
man who
You-
caught me. That is who I have a connection with.
Let me hold him, and you be his voice. I mean, look.
I'll ask
Let me
him.
just
okay,
hold
hold
him.
on.
I also a French coffee cup.
I know we have a bond. Would you mind if my friend Greg held you for a second? What are his hands like? He is a sensual man. His hands feel nice. You'll feel okay. You know I am all about sensuality as a Frenchman.
Let me talk to this snake.
So why don't you duck down so just the snake is on the camera?
Hey, fuck the cameras.
No, because look, now I can talk to him, and he can talk back. Watch. Hello, French snake. How are you?
Me? Oh, not too good. I have been better.
Oh no, Yeah, there you go, Dan.
I have been better. I will tell you that much. I have been apprehended.
You've been apprehended by who?
This Brandon, Monsieur Brandon, I went into his room to try and watch him and his lady make love.
Too hard.
And he apprehended me, and now I am a captive snake.
Nice.
A political prisoner, if you will.
Yeah. Let me say this.
What's up?
Let me say this. And then we're gonna get right back into Brendan the Snake here.
I like that.
I got too many things going on here. I am looking at the cameras.
Yeah, man,
I am
what?
looking at the snake. I
Yeah.
am listening to Brendan. I'm gonna need you guys to just do the podcast. I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Take a breath, man.
You talk to the snake.
Okay. Well, Mr. Snake, now how did you come to America? Oh, my journey to America was filled with many ups and, how you say, downs.
Hold on, was not me talking. That was Anthony doing the snake voice. That was not me.
My bad. So where did you live in France?
Gay Paris.
Okay, all right. And you lived alone or you lived with other snakes?
No, I live with a beautiful ballet dancer. She had legs like that of an oak tree.
Legs like an oak tree.
Like
Well,
a
that's
beautiful
not-
oak tree that I would lick and caress with my forked snake tongue. And I would make her pussy have orgasms, the likes of which haven't been seen since early in the 20th century.
Now you meet yeah, well. You met her parents?
No, she would never introduce me to her parents because, as you know, in France, it's not as, progressive as the United States of America. So for a woman to date a snake,
Gotcha.
unconventional.
But would you guys go out in public, or would she try to dress you up like trench coat style?
Well, she would put me in a burlap bag and carry me around to her different ballet performances.
Do snakes hate brags? I always wondered because I used to watch Jake the Snake, and he would always have him in there.
Well, luckily we got a steak right here to,
So, yeah.
to ask.
That's what I'm asking.
Well, it's funny you should ask that because one of my favorite answers I've ever gotten. I worked on I wrote a prank for this fucking dumb movie, this Sony. Remember that movie where like
With
fucking the
Seth
Andy
Rogen?
Samberg
Oh.
finds his dad and they have like a bachelor party or some shit.
Oh yeah.
They wanted to do a promotion. There was some fucking harebrained. So sometimes when you're in comedy, people have harebrained schemes that don't make any sense. Somehow they wanted to do a tie-in that was a promotion for that movie that was tied in with the NFL.
Yeah, man. Just get to the snake part.
hey, we're all thinking it.
The people might want to hear what was happening. So okay,
yeah,
so they wanted
for sure.
So I wrote this prank, which was stupid.
Whoa.
It was basically everything. It was everything. They told me everything that had to be in it, so it was garbage. But it was basically this NFL player was
Yeah.
in Vegas.
Which guy?
I forget his name. It was the Steelers.
You want more details?
He was the linebacker for the Steelers. That big guy. I forget his name.
Man.
He's retired now. But so
what the hell's his name?
I forget his name, but he was nice.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but anyway, the whole thing fell apart because the whole purpose of the prank was like he's gonna have a bachelor party in Vegas.
Right.
The other players are gonna come to his room, and it's gonna get increasingly weirder and weirder
Sure.
until they're freaked out. Well, he was just like he was getting paid, but not enough to care. So he just like no one was there. And he had the Pouncey brothers were the only two other football players
Okay.
there, and they wouldn't come to his room because they were like, "What are you talking about? Like, we'll just go to a club." Finally, they come to his room. But anyway, long story short, one of the crazy acts that was supposed to get these guys all like, "What the fuck is this bachelor party?" was a pregnant stripper with a boa constrictor. And she
all right.
also, Greg, you cannot look at that fucking camera, man.
I can't
You can't
stop.
because
It's
you're
really
an
just-
integral part
Dude,
of this
it's
podcast.
distracting me.
I
to
know.
no end.
Pretend it's not there.
I
He's-
can't look at it.
Whoa.
He danced in a great
Trippy
job.
view.
But the trippy view keeps happening.
But don't worry about it. You gotta not worry about it. We need you here.
I
You
love
gotta
it.
not worry about it.
Look, it's all fucked up. I
No,
thought I
dude.
did all the preparation.
I'm hanging on a thread though about the goddamn bachelor party
Well, that's
story.
what I'm
He's
saying.
told the story before.
It's never new to
I
me.
love this story.
Here's a great thing about not listening. Sometimes they're
Everything's
new.
new.
No,
Yeah.
but we need to reset. We need to reset, Greg.
Welcome to the Rad Dudecast.
You've done all the prep.
All
work.
right.
You've set everything up.
And it's failing.
You've done a wonderful job.
Oh.
Stop paying attention to it. What's the important part of our podcast?
Anthony.
Video clarity.
No, the audio. The audio podcast where 98% of our listeners get the
Video
content.
clarity. All right, but I thought it would be video clarity
could
on
be-
different encoders.
Yeah, I think video clarity is in the mix, though. And talking to
I
Dan.
will quit this goddamn podcast as I have
3 and
hundreds
4.
of. Don't look over there, Greg. We need you,
Okay,
man.
all right.
We need your full.
Also, I need to make a quick pause, and I need to apologize again for my jab at Dan. I was trying to make a fun joke, and I feel as though we weren't there yet, and I wasn't serious, Dan. Thanks for coming, and that's it. Now, back to the snake story.
So, it's funny because it answers exactly the questions you asked.
Mm-hmm.
So
which was an hour ago.
having a brain such as your own brain, the woman so we got this pregnant stripper with a fucking one of those giant.
Ha ha ha! A pregnant stripper.
With the-
Isn't that funny?
No, it was just weird. It's not what you traditionally get for a bachelor party. She also had a snake, one of those big yellow,
Can't take 9 months off.
one of those big yellow Britney Spears style pythons. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and he's in a bag.
Yeah.
And like you said,
snake's in a
you're
bag.
always seeing snakes in bags.
Yeah.
True.
And I asked her, I go, do snakes like being in bags? And she said, the truest thing I've ever heard in my life. And she said, Miff, no one knows what snakes like. That is very true. They're not an emotional,
Now-
expressive animal.
Well,
I
the
wanna-
Bible will tell you different, though.
Can I do a real quick? We get to that. I want to do a real quick Brendan redo. I want to do. Now I'm gonna be Brendan in this story,
And now
right?
I'm a-
Alternate universe, right?
Okay.
Now you say, Brendan, do snakes like bags? I'm gonna do.
Brendan, do snakes like bags?
I can tell you this. One time, I saw this lady. She had a snake in a bag. I said, "Does it like it?" And she went, "Snakes don't like bags." You see how quick I did that, Brendan?
Yeah, but
That
That's
was in
not what she said.
6
That's not what
seconds.
she
And
said.
also, not
Whose
only
side are you on? I
that.
swear to God.
I'm sitting
we're
here.
we're in the middle of a team up on Brendan.
Oh yeah.
Well,
that
team up on
story
me, all-
was too slow.
Okay, what you know why the people like us?
Why?
Because we give background, we provide content.
Yeah.
And you're saying
Video clarity.
Yeah.
fuck your video clarity. You know it's not gonna work.
Maybe we'll run down the 5 reasons people like us.
Okay, number 1, Brendan. Number 2,
Yeah.
sometimes fucking you two gang up on me and I get mad and they like to see me suffer.
Yes.
Number 3, the fact that you habitually make it clear you're not friends with me. Number 4,
We're acquaintances.
that
That's
I
just like a friend.
number
Yeah,
4
it's
that
better
I'm
in a lot of ways.
alone and have
You don't have to come to our
nothing.
funerals.
Yeah. You will be barred from mine.
Can you do that?
Bar you? Yes, absolutely.
How do you
John
do?
McCain did that with Donald Trump.
Oh, right. Well, he asked.
Yeah, but you can get the law involved.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the law involved a few times, man. I had a lady break into my house once, and she was like hovering over me. She was trying to. Here's the thing: I had been not having. I was gone 40 days without having sex, and she snuck in to try to break the rule. And she gets on top of me. She starts trying to have sex with me. I gotta be honest. I ended up having sex, and then
Sure.
I had to call the law because that's rape.
Yeah, no doubt, dog. What happened with her? Did she get thrown in jail?
I don't know. The credits rolled. This is for only select few who know what movie I'm speaking of. 40 Days, 40 Nights. With Josh Hartnett. Remember that Josh Hartnett movie?
Oh my god.
Oh, this.
Oh
is,
my god.
You're right. That snake story was a real piece of shit.
Yeah, but how quick was I?
What?
At least my piece of shit was in and out.
Yeah, but mine wasn't a piece of shit.
No,
I
it was
had
great.
NFL
I did.
players
You did.
involved.
You did.
There's a lot of
Pregnant
intrigue.
strippers.
And I liked the thing the stripper said at the end. You did miss that from your recap of Brendan's story.
Truth be told, I could listen to Brendan talk about how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and I'm having a good time.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell
What
you
kind
this
of
much.
fun is that?
I don't like to keep peanut butter around the house, Anthony,
Why?
because
Because it attracts mice. And
no,
you had a
I don't
mouse.
mind that. I did. That mouse was one and done. He never came back.
Mm.
He just was peeking in. But I can't keep peanut butter because I'll get up. I try and keep on this diet. I'm trying to
Yeah.
lose weight. By the way, it's not
Sure.
going well. And
You look great, though. That shirt looks great.
well, I'm getting very strong. My workout regimen is getting very intense. In
How many
fact,
tires can you lift on your shoulders?
what size tires?
Lead-filled tires.
Lead filled. And what kind of vehicle is using lead filled?
Toyota Caprice.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You knew a different kind?
Well, I was gonna. Yeah, I was.
It's not the only model car that uses them.
I was gonna go with a Chris Pratt vehicle, which is this new movie he's coming out with. I'm very excited about.
What movies he
I
coming
don't know.
out?
It's about babies or something.
I could lift
I can't
lead-filled
concentrate
I know you can't.
Hold on.
I'm gonna
Sometimes you got to do a bad
I'm
one.
going to confiscate your
This
phone.
isn't bad.
I'm
This has
confiscating
been
your
very
phone.
good.
I'm
Very
calming you down.
informative.
I need
All
you
the
calm
coffee. I
down.
think also my coffee's too strong. My coffee's too strong. I'm very agitated. I have too much stimulus. Yes, Anthony.
What I was saying is maybe we open with a quote like they do in the TED Talks, like an excerpt from the talk.
Oh, what does that mean?
Okay,
Open
go ahead.
what- open
no,
what?
let him.
We're 20
No,
minutes into the
No, let
podcast.
him. Let him.
All right.
Let him.
Like
Go ahead.
instead of opening
Yes,
the pod,
go ahead. Open it with a quote.
Instead of opening the podcast with like, "Welcome to the Rad Dudecast. Thanks so much for joining us here on iTunes or whatever it is." You open with some British woman who comes on and she just goes, "Do we really know the brain?" And then they come in.
Yeah, I love that. Can we all do one?
I mean, does it have to be a British woman that speaks with a German accent?
I think it's your turn, Tom.
What?
However you would start.
Europe is all the same to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'll start. Water, the lifeblood of Earth.
Yeah, man. It hooks people more.
You got it.
Don't interrupt.
Oh, my bad.
Water.
Do it again.
Okay.
Starting now.
Water. H2O, the lifeblood of Earth. But is there enough? You tell me.
Great. Can I go?
Yeah.
Of course.
Birds. Don't interrupt. Now I have to start again. Don't
I was laughing.
Laughter.
Oh, okay.
I'm so finely tuned today. Everybody quiet. Everyone shut your eyes. Can you close your eyes?
Yeah, my eyes are
Close
closed.
your mouths.
Yeah.
Birds. Why won't they talk to me longer than I ask? Leave me alone, you fucking dog. That's it.
Yeah, I think this is a good way from now on to bring in the podcast.
All right.
It hooks people.
Can I do a thing? I'm gonna ask a favor.
Of course.
Can I do like you guys like ask me? I want to be funny for a minute.
Okay.
That's I think that'll clean. So I need you guys to set me up with some stuff where I could try to be funny.
Tell that story about the bowling alley.
What? Which one?
The one where you raced that woman inside the bowling alley and then everybody got kicked out.
I raced a woman in the bowling alley?
No, I don't know. I
Are
was
you
just
making? Oh, because that's with stories, man. That's so close to a real one. I went on a date one time with this lady in a bowling alley, and I fucking ripped my crotch of my pants straight in half, ripped the pants, and then she goes, "You want to go home?" And I was like, "Let's finish this date."
Yeah.
And I finished the date with a hole in my pants. I'm saying from crotch to ankle, fully ripped in half.
Oh,
my pants.
so down the seam, not
All the way
across.
down.
And you finished the date.
Yeah.
What was the rest of the date?
I mean, I thought I was going well, but she never answered my calls after that.
Now, do you think, because you ripped your pants from the crotch to the toe, do you think she was like, this guy must have a bulge on him, Maron? Do you think she thought that?
Mark
I think
Morone.
you see,
Mark Maron.
remember when you used to go on dates and they would just like, you just have to call a bunch of times and they would just not answer, and so then you'd just be like, you'd have to, if you were like not wanting to talk to a guy and you didn't have caller ID, how did you get? You just had to like not answer your phone for 3 weeks, like in the 50s. How did like not you know what I mean?
Well,
Now
I think
you
they
see
broke
caller
up
ID.
with you, and then you didn't talk to him.
But if I went on a date with a girl and I was like, hey, I'm gonna call her back, let's see how it goes. You'd call like 5 times in the
Right.
next 3 days. If you've caller ID, you could ghost it. You had a cell phone, they go to voicemail. But when before they all had that,
No,
you-
they answered, and they said like a adult.
Sorry,
They
the
said,
date
I don't
didn't
want to
go
see
well?
you. Yeah, I
Right.
don't want to see you again.
Yeah, technology has enabled us to be
Animals.
animals.
pieces of shit.
Yeah, and it's enabled us to be less human. Where it's like, well, I could, this will settle itself by way of all these wires and gizmos. Whereas before, yeah, you would have to be like, no, I'm sorry, Greg. I didn't have a great time at the parlor.
Technology is distracting. That's kind of this podcast, right? I'm being distracted by technology, by the soundboard and the audio board and my cell phone.
Yeah.
That's why.
It's the theme of this TED Talk
Yeah.
episode.
Listen, not every episode's going to be great. Sometimes I'm
This
going
is
to think of
very good.
It's not good because here's the thing.
Why? Because it's been
Why?
Anthony heavy, and the fans
Is it been
are,
Anthony
into me.
I love when an Anthony Heavy. Here's when an Anthony Heavy one happens. This is what I want to say. Whenever I'm stressed, it comes in Anthony Heavy, which just throws my stress crazy because he's a bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
But when I need you to
And
be,
a lot of the Chicago Bulls.
yeah, and the Bulls,
Popular franchise.
They should do
so-
that TV show, Bulls in a China Shop, where we just get a bunch of ex NBA and Bulls players to walk around and find relics and say, "Hey, this how much for this plate? Look at this old can." What do you think?
I think it's good. I think it'll work on A&E.
I think so. Brendan, did you get mad?
Yeah,
You can't be mad.
I am mad.
I'm too stressed for this.
How about this, huh?
What? Don't touch me. Don't touch
about
my.
that,
Don't
huh?
fucking touch me. No, because I came in with a French snake character.
You did.
I
It was
loved it.
great.
Great. He was the guy. He was getting nothing.
What are you talking
He was
about?
getting nothing. He was shot down, put under the
No.
table. Different
I was
people
giving
wanted
him
to
a
touch
great.
him.
I was giving him a great interview. We found out that he was dating this ballet dancer.
It went nowhere.
I think the physical concept of having a snake was too difficult for me to comprehend.
No one
we
asked
can
him
get back
his
into
name.
him, but just do
Who's
just.
gonna, man?
Yeah.
But there was a lot
What's his name?
happening.
I'm not telling you
I
his
assume-
name. He's fucking. Fuck him. Fuck him.
I'll take this. I'll give you $5 after the podcast because I owe you that.
This is good. Now we've got a payment system for like fines, like we're the NFL.
If I flounder one of your bits, I get fined. I floundered, I give you $5. Also, I promised Dan it's exorbitant amount of money as well as lunch. But Andrew and Frank's closed down. So how are we gonna get this guy some food?
Oh, there's other restaurants, man.
Well, yeah, we'll take him to a happening Greek spot in Astoria.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I just thought maybe we could eat here. You want to go do a full dine-in?
I don't know. I
guy's
don't have
gonna
much
order
to
3
do
bucks.
until later at night.
All right.
I
do have couples therapy at 5:30.
Oh, okay.
I got a hard out because let me tell you
I got
a
a hard out.
problem.
What's
What?
Fucking, we can't end near rush hour anymore.
What's rush hour?
I don't know, but all I know. Did you say Google it?
No, I wish I said Google it. That's way funnier than what I said. I said the movie. They've been filming more.
Because
They're prepping.
It's
They're
n-
prepping for Rush Hour 5. They've been putting a lot of Rush Hour movies online a little bit because they want to test the waters. This is what they do on the internet. They're just like Russians. I bet you in the next year or two we're going to see the next Rush Hour.
And when you start
Start
hearing
filming.
about traffic more out of people's mouths, that's the movie studios getting the words rush hour in your head.
Yes.
So that this thing is coming quick.
They're going to put a bunch of cement blocks on the parkway so cars can't get around, just to slow down cars. So people are going, what the fuck's going on with Rush Hour? And people
Uh-huh.
go, someone called Jackie Chan.
Oh, yeah. Anyway.
Is that what you were talking about?
oh no. I was saying like we can't end near rush hour.
Yeah.
It took me 2.5 hours to get home last time.
Then guess what?
We gotta end
Last night? You were here last night?
No,
again?
last time. Last
it
time.
again.
We got to end pre-rush hour.
All right, what's that mean? I need my phone to look at the time.
No, you can't have your
Rush
phone.
hour is what, 4 to 6?
I
So
don't
do we
know.
just do...
It's 12:52.
Yeah,
we-
we're
we're
fine.
fine.
We're in good shape.
All right, real quick, I just want to do one more thing, and then we're going to get back into this. Everyone give Dan a compliment, because I really still feel bad about that insult I gave at 3 minutes.
I can't say enough nice things about Dan. On stage, off stage, his work, animation-wise,
One of some of the best.
his work in front of audiences, his work on Twitter. Now, I've said it before, and you got to follow him.
You got to give us a handle.
Big Dan. 69 XXXXX
Dan, what's
at
your
twitter.com.
What's your Twitter handle? Dan underscore Harumi. That's HARUMI. Now I don't have to give Dan a compliment because I didn't give him any insult.
Did you ever meet Dan before?
Yes, I've met Dan before. I've met everyone. Anyone you know, I've met.
I met your girlfriend.
Huh.
You've met her before.
Yeah,
I
but
met
he
her.
forgets.
Yes, but I did meet her.
You met her again. That's not meeting. You saw her.
I just said I've met her.
And she, listen to this.
Yeah, tell me
Listen to
about
what she pulls. Greg's on
I'm
her
furious at him right now.
Greg's on her show.
Oh,
Let me
I
tell you
heard
about
about this.
Furious.
Greg's on her show. And she goes, oh.
Don't get your feet off the soundboard.
That's Anthony's talking, dude. I would never do such
He just
a thing.
kicked his feet in between the wires of the audio board.
I wonder
Now
why.
things are blinking. Now things are blinking, and I don't know how to make them stop.
I
Jesus
wondered,
Christ.
and I'll be honest, I wondered why. I thought Greg it was so nice of him to get us like a footstool, and then that's what it's there for, the soundboard.
Yeah.
So Greg does my girlfriend's show, right?
Yes.
Lovely show.
And she says to him, and this I don't.
I'm
it's
so
like,
angry.
How can you? Why would you say this? She goes,
Because she knows who butters her bread, and it's me.
well, I don't like that. I don't like you to don't butter my girlfriend's bread.
Yeah, man, I just pay her off every now and again. I go,
I
"Who do
butter
you work
Tita's
for?"
bread. I butter Tita's bread.
Dude, if you're the reason we live in this nice apartment, you keep buttering it. Because buttering is not sex, it's financial. And I've been paying for Amy to be on my team to work against you for years.
This Amy tells Greg, she goes,
Yeah.
"We saw a peanut butter falcon in Astoria." I said to
Oof.
Brendan,
Oof.
we should invite Greg, and he said no, he's definitely already seen it. And she tells that to Greg.
Wow.
Why would you tell? I go, why would you tell that to him?
And if you know
Seems
anything
like
about
a
me,
Yoko move.
I've been pining to see this movie.
This is true.
Because
He's
it combines my three favorite things: retards wrestling and Shia LaBeouf.
The 3 R's.
Yeah, and then you went and saw it in my neighborhood without me.
Well, I automatically assumed, knowing you as well as I do, knowing your 3 favorite things, that you had already seen it.
Dude, the log line on that movie, they must have been a pitch meeting, and they go, "What do you got? How do you feel about retards?" "I love them." "Fan of wrestling?" "Big fan." Now throw Shia LaBeouf, and they said, "I don't care what it's about.
I don't care what you
Throw a
say.
girl in for diversity, and you got a movie."
Not only that, the girl's beautiful. Beautiful, that woman in that movie. Now, I don't know what Shia LaBeouf, apparently he's up to some not great stuff off screen, but his acting chops, this guy is getting up there to Tom Hardy level.
And what did I
of
say?
Excellence in
I
my
said this
book.
previous episodes. I said Shia LaBeouf will gonna make a comeback. This guy's gonna be the greatest.
A
actor
comeback? He
of
never
our
left.
He had to leave. He had to leave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he had to do Occupy Wall Street for a few years. A few years late.
Well, no, he was resisting the Trump presidency by going to the Astoria Museum of Arts and Moving Image, and he would stand in front of the camera and he would yell at Trump.
Let me also tell you this. I bet you the clarity on his camera
Well, it was
probably has all the right encoders.
well. Well, to watch it, you had to go to like a third-party Russian website in order to watch it. And I'll say this about the camera quality: it was not very good.
Really?
Yeah, it was. Well, the museum provided the camera. He was an art installation. The camera was like a fisheye lens, and if you go back to the old tapes, you could see me hanging out in the back room every day.
You went every day.
I went every day. It was a block away.
You got to be like somebody if you just yourself can be an art installation.
Yeah,
Like as a person, you know?
Dude.
I've always been art.
it was great because it was Shia LaBeouf, and then it was right next to a performing arts high school. So it was Shia LaBeouf, and then just a bunch of teenagers who wanted to beat Shia LaBeouf. Really didn't care about the Trump presidency.
Yeah.
It was great.
Now look at them. They're all dead. Trump has been doing white people camps. Do you know that? He's been putting white people in camps and murdering them slowly. But he, with the left hand, he's doing this other immigrant shit. So he's
interesting.
doing that louder, so we're waiting. But really, he's been killing Italian Americans.
Interesting.
Did you know
Maybe
that?
that's what he's doing with these mass shooters.
He's always been
'Cause
jealous of what?
They always kill themselves at the end.
Yeah,
So maybe that's he's getting rid of them that way.
maybe. But I also know that he's been killing Italian Americans because of his jealousy of pasta. What? You haven't read about this?
What?
You're not on the dark web?
I don't know how to get on the dark web. That's what I
Yeah,
don't
you gotta get a
understand
special
is
computer.
how are all these people figuring out how to get on the dark web?
See, you are introducing a new topic.
Yeah, because your topic is Trump making camps to kill Italian Americans for his jealousy over pasta. I
Yes.
just didn't feel like there was much more to go.
Well, how do we
If
stop it? How do we keep it going? Is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? Carbs are bad. Italians are good. Where's the payoff?
This seems like we're driving in the ugly direction that is Brendan's complaint box.
Welcome to another fucking edition of Brendan's Complaint Box. My complaint this week would be that both Anthony and Greg, I suspect Greg is primarily behind it, but Anthony may play a hand,
Oh.
have been using... See,
Okay.
all three of us have access to the Rad Dudecast Instagram.
And
now,
soon
when
Patty
I...
Mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Now, when I
We
make
have a proposal.
when I
on the
make a
table.
post, I always make sure it's clearly from Brendan. Now, somebody has been abusing it to belittle me, harass me,
Belittle
harangue
you?
me.
A little.
I mean, I was called fat.
By who?
You probably.
No, you're saying
Yeah.
that because I said largely Greg is behind it. And
What
you-
about that selfie?
What are the words he uses?
I know.
Largely, Greg.
Let
That
me
sounds
get
like
you
a
up to
nickname
speed.
Greg had heard in high school.
Brendan has been on the Twitter posting very
It's been
offensive
obscene.
photos
It's been
about
horrible,
Anthony and I.
Greg.
No, what? You guys
Pictures
did that.
of garbage piles in New York City
Uh-huh.
that say Anthony a self-portrait.
I didn't do that.
Well, why would Anthony do
Why
that?
would I do it?
A frame up, a frame job.
Wow, this is like the OJ trial all over again.
Twice. OJ 2019.
Yeah.
You got him again. The series.
Then you took a picture of a group of garbage bags together.
Wow.
And said the DeVitos.
Wow.
A family portrait.
I didn't
You
do
brought
that. Wow.
my hardworking blue-collar Italian family. And what did my mother ever do to you?
I love
did
your mother.
His mother do to you?
I love your mother.
Are you buttering her toast?
No, don't butter my woman's bread. I'm sick of that.
You're buttering Anthony's mom's toast.
And then then you put up that picture of Greg, and this was the
This is
worst.
highly
This is
offensive.
the worst of all things you did.
I
you
know.
put up a picture of what appeared to be Fat Bastard from the Austin Powers series with Greg's crudely photoshopped head on top.
I don't know how to use that kind of technology, so it wasn't me.
Perfect alibi.
Perfect alibi.
Sometimes the perfect alibi is when it's true.
I guess
Well,
good
that
point.
is a good point.
Very good
Man,
point.
that's knocked me back a couple.
Well, why did you do it, Brendan?
Yeah.
I
Why
didn't
did you
do it,
hurt us?
and don't. This is my complaint corner. You're doing this to me.
But then I
to
saw
try-
your picture. You said, well, then why would someone put up a picture
Yeah.
that said, selfie of Brendan, mega hot man?
All the evidence I needed right there.
That's 3 for
Because
3.
you claimed I posted it. It was fucking fraud.
3 evidences. You have 0 evidences.
I have all the evidences
True.
because I know in my head what I posted and what I didn't.
What did you post?
I posted one thing that was a train wreck, and it said that this was after I was hit hard many times.
Uh-huh.
I posted a train wreck, and I said, "This is the podcast when Brendan isn't here."
Oh,
So we have our motive.
yes, we have.
No, we
our
don't have our
motive.
motive. The motive happened before that.
Double motive to be.
That's 3 motives.
2 evidences, no evidences. Bunch of motives,
So many motives.
no motives.
No motives. But I also want to add that if someone were to have done that or started that, it was not me.
That leaves one suspect, Anthony.
2 suspects. The way I'm looking at it.
Look, you can interrogate me all you want.
Where were
Hook
you?
me up to a polygraph.
Those have been proven to be largely unreliable.
Then we won't do that part. All right. Well, hit me with what you got, man.
What?
Hit me with what you got, man.
I don't know. I have not posted anything detrimental to myself, and it is being posted at the Rad Dudecast on Instagram.
Now run by Patty of False Flag Mayonnaise. We're going to give him the keys. Let me do a quick thing here. This is about that, all right? I'm going to do a little investigating myself, if you don't mind. Now, if you, sir, are a piece of garbage, Anthony, let me ask you this.
Great.
What kind of garbage would you be?
I'd be the kind of garbage that's on the corner of 14th and 3rd.
Oh, my God, ladies and gentlemen. Did you see that?
He knew. Yes,
He knew
you picked.
exactly.
You picked. You did that.
He knew the street.
You knew the.
That
fucking
could have been
street.
any. That could have been any street.
Now that.
Any street.
That's
Anystreet.com.
You're a mind hunter.
You goddamn right, I'm a mine hunter.
Yeah, all right. I'll come clean. I did it. And I
did you do it?
And I killed those 4 women.
Did you do it? Yes.
So wait, so you got obviously at the end of Brendan's complaint box is like a Jerry Springer send off kind of thing that you always do. So
Yes. Do your patented Jerry Springer sendoff.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jerry's thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we learned a lot today, and I think what we learned is a little something about respect.
Uh-huh.
If we're going to have friends in this life, or even people that we refuse to admit are our friends, it's important to treat those people with respect, the respect that you'd want to be treated with. And that includes social media, that includes real-life interactions. Take it from me, Jerry Springer, former mayor of Cincinnati, Ohio. A vote for Jerry is a vote for more sex.
Piggybacking right off of that, we're going to spring right into Anthony's Corner. Welcome to 2019's Fine phone. That is a hard drive. Grab the phone.
I hope the cameras caught that.
Yes. Oh, do you need time to set up? Because I could do Greg's impression quiz.
Yeah, do Greg's impression quiz first.
It's not an impression so much as I've been watching Dark Crystal. Are any of you guys watching Dark Crystal?
No, no.
Too
doesn't
freaky,
interest me.
man.
Dude, it's so good.
Doesn't interest
Yes.
me.
Dan, are you watching Dark Crystal?
That's too weird.
It's
Yeah.
so weird.
Yeah, right.
Dude, he said it's too weird looking. We don't have him mic'd up, so I had to let the crowd know.
Yeah, cool.
But I do a good voice. Chamberlain. Yes. Is that what you want? Yes. You have to watch it, then you'll know.
Yeah.
Where are my little girlflings? Yes. He sounds like a Rad Dudecast character.
Yeah, he really does.
Yes.
That whole thing sounds like a Rad Dudecast episode.
It really is.
So what's this
Very
guy
convoluted.
Gemberlin about? That's his name?
Gemberling.
Is that how you say
No,
his name?
Chamberlain.
Chamberlain.
He's a Skeksis.
What's that about?
Skeksis been living forever. They're villains, and they're just big lizard people. And then the Gelflings, the Skeksis, take Gelflings and they drain their energy from them, and that's how they try to live forever. But the Gelflings are single-handedly attached to the planet, so that's what keeps the planet forces going. So the more they take for their immortality, the more they drain the planet. The Gelflings, they're all dying. It's very sad.
And this
Anyway.
happens in our galaxy, or
No,
Okay.
no galaxy. I don't know what galaxy.
I like Peaky Blinders.
I know you do, and I think that's because of your Irish heritage that you feel a special connection to that.
Yeah, well,
I
I mean,
tried
they're
watching it.
English, but they're of Irish descent.
That's great, but we're still talking about Dark Crystal.
Yeah, I like that
Yes.
Peaky Blinders. You know,
Why is Brendan so distracting? Why?
by order of the Peaky fucking Blinders.
All right, let's do Anthony's corner.
Okay.
Anthony's corner.
We've got a great one for you guys today. in
Why are they all
Anthony's corner.
great? They're all great.
Some are amazing. They're,
So this one isn't as good.
Hey, who wants to start the clock? Because we're already
got
at
it.
4:30.
No, we got it right here.
Okay, get the clock going. This is a big one. Some are hot, some are cool, but god damn it, this one you can't even take a thermometer to. All right, first up on Anthony's Corner, we've got a little game that I've been playing for years with my family around the holidays, and I'm so happy to be playing it with you guys here today. It's called Name That Onion. Okay, Italian women stuff this onion down their crotch to smell like the man's mother, enticing him to wed.
Garlic.
Hang on, you've got choices, but garlic is a great guess. We've got A, is it a green onion?
Mm-hmm.
B, is it a Tony Soprano wild onion? C, is it a Tuscan shoemaker dragon onion?
This is the kind of question that I don't even want to get up in the morning.
No, it's just non.
A, B, and C, D. What kind of fun is that for us?
Not only
What do you
that,
mean?
To B and
Well, write
C
your
aren't-
own in.
B and C aren't onions.
Why not? They say onion at the end, don't they?
C.
Reread the-
I say C.
C. Reread the question for
C
me.
is not a real onion.
Reread the question.
I want to hear the question again. I want to take a double tap on this.
Italian women
Uh-huh.
stuff this onion down their crotch
Mhm.
to smell like the man's mother, enticing him to wed.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay,
That's a
now-
sentence.
Well, yeah, it sure is.
Uh-huh.
You're on the right. So far, so good, Greg.
Mhm.
All right. Now, what kind of onion is this?
Mhm.
Is it a green onion, or is it a Tony Soprano wild onion? Or is it a Tuscan shoemaker dragon onion? Brendan had already guessed that. That's not a real onion. He was
Mhm.
wrong.
I'm going to go with the fourth answer, which is it's a marinara infused plastic onion, because as we know, all Italian mothers keep fake vegetables
That's
and fruit
true.
around their house to make it look like food is cooking all the time.
That's true.
And that's going to stay in the vagina longer.
Absolutely. That's absolutely right. 100% right.
So the answer was not amongst the possible answers to choose from.
No, I get as close as possible as I can with these, but if I hear the right thing when I hear it, that's right.
And what did you think was right?
I was leaning towards Tuscan shoemaker dragon onion.
So the one I said initially.
Yeah, but once you said it, I realized that can't be true.
All right. What's question
Sometimes
two?
you have to hear it from other people to know.
It's
you know?
true. I agree.
Okay, now this onion is rubbed on the face of actors in pornography
Wait, is
movies.
this an onion quiz?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Name That Onion, bro.
Did you say that?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, man.
You got me.
But you got the
Name
first one
that
right,
onion.
so you didn't even know, and you got it right. All right, so this onion is rubbed on the face of actors in pornography movies. If those actors can't cry during anal sex scenes.
Can I just jump in here with a little side note?
Yeah.
Anthony's Corner is starting to step on the toes a little bit of Brendan's quizzes. And that is something I need
Jeez
you
Louise.
I think
I run them a little different.
well, you do, but
There's no
I'm
buzzing.
saying that Anthony's Corner didn't always. Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize we were still doing Brendan's complaint box.
Oh, well, that's add this to it
What's
for next
my
week.
segment?
Your
You
segment.
do the big send-off.
Yeah.
No,
big
Brendan
send-off.
just did Brendan's. That's Brendan's Jerry Springer segment.
No, but you end the podcast. You go, thanks a lot for having coming.
Your segment is you steer
Oh,
the
yeah.
ship. You keep the funny.
Yeah.
You keep the effing funny.
There's a reason why you don't
I'm gonna
have
call my
your
mom.
own segment because the podcast is your segment.
Yeah.
How about
I
that?
don't care about you. anymore.
Now, back to these choices because you guys have a lot of choices here.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
I'm
Is
going to
it-
do my segment called "Read My Emails," which I'm going to do after this.
Great. I love that. All right. We got A, the American red bone onion. We got B, the white onion. And we got C, the Wisconsin cheese, please. That'll get me on my knees onion.
I say C.
I'm going to go with "Read the question" again.
It's-
All right.
Let me see if
Up
I
in-
can
C's up in the
paraphrase.
air, though.
And Anthony, you tell me if I'm correct. I want to test my listening skills.
Great.
I think, according to Anthony, this onion is rubbed on porn stars' faces prior to anal sex scenes, so they don't display any visible anguish or pain while being fucked in the ass.
No.
Okay.
But you were very, very close.
Deadly
It's
close.
Deadly close. Yes. No, it's actually rubbed on their faces if they're not crying to make them cry.
Oh, to make them cry. That's what you look for in an anal sex scene.
Not me, but the folks out there.
The people outside.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say Wisconsin, please, on your knees, whatever, onion. That's my answer.
Yeah, I didn't get you get most of the words right. I'll take it.
I want to
Also, you can say the same guess as him and you'll be fine.
I'll be fine. What is not fine?
What?
Will I be hurt?
No, I mean, I'm not saying that, but those are your words.
I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with South Nigerian double claw. They do that. It's an old ethical system they used to use
Huh.
to
Go
keep
on.
people. Well, you'd bring people up on the courts, and you could not show emotions because emotions would always make the jury. It'd make
Sway the jury.
Sway the jury.
Sure.
And it's like we can't have the
have
jury
that?
swayed with
Okay.
some, as they would call tiger tears. So they would
Whoa.
get the South Nigerian,
Double claw.
and they would wrap the room in them,
Man.
and it would keep everyone's emotions very level-headed, and that's how you get a real court case solved.
Huh. Well, okay. Brendan was right.
Mm-hmm.
But
Can't say I'm not right.
you can't say you're not right there.
Can't say it.
So that, I don't know.
I dare you to say it.
So you got, that's 2 for 1 now.
Can I, and I don't want to be seen as the squeaky wheel. here.
Great. Okay. So don't.
If I could just register one more, and this is not part of the complaint box. I won't put it in there.
This is part of
He-
Anthony's corner. Let's
he-
make that abundantly
This
clear.
is part of Anthony's corner, and I would like to register a protest with the game. It is Name That Onion.
Yes.
Greg has been correct twice now.
Yes,
with
both times.
2 items that were not onions.
But
No, that was an onion.
no, that was an onion.
It was an onion. You surround the courts with the onions to keep the emotions easy peasy, lemon
then,
squeezy.
well, complaint withdrawn.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you,
then the
thankfully.
first one was a real onion as well.
My question is,
Yeah.
am I safe with that answer?
Huh?
Yeah, because you said he'll be fine if he.
Oh, am I fine?
Yeah, you're fine.
Thank
you're,
God.
you're okay.
Okay, good.
Snuck under
Close,
the pedals.
close though. It
All right.
was. We're
We're gonna shut down Anthony's corner pretty quick. You better get to the.
okay. Now we'll do this real fast. This onion is
Don't be
used.
too fast.
Okay. This onion is used as a substitute teacher to garlic to thwart vampires. Now, is it the garlic onion? Is it the Dracula onion? Or is it the First Nation onion?
Now, can I ask just a question here? Written in your phone, does it just say substitute for garlic and you added teacher? Or did you literally write down a substitute teacher for garlic?
No, it just says substitute.
And you
I
added
added teacher
teacher
on the end for flavor.
Yeah.
It felt right in the moment.
I'm going to say a shallot.
It's pretty good.
Okay. And that's your answer.
That final.
Okay.
Well, everyone knows if you come with me on this adventure, everyone knows the vampires. The vampires' biggest enemy is not just the onion, yes, of course, but the bigger one is this specific onion, which is the METONION, which is the Metonian, which is because bigger fear for the Dracula is the Me Too movement. Because these guys, they've been doing
to stuff,
up
yeah.
to
It's
stuff
true,
for a
man.
long
That is
time,
true.
and not since because everyone knows that Harvey Weinstein was a vampire. That's everyone who's been going down for the Me Too movement is essentially these.
They have ties to the community.
They have ties to the vampire
vampire
community. The vampire community. 'Cause
Absolutely.
everyone knows the big sexual predators in this world. Jim Irsay,
Quite a claim there.
Epstein.
Hold
Sure.
on a second,
Yes.
because this is curious.
Huh?
How did Jim Irsay become a name in your head? In your mind,
Now,
who
do I
is Jim
break-
Irsay?
Do I break kayfabe?
You can break kayfabe.
Could break kayfabe
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
Okay.
Permission to
so
break.
what I was trying to do, I was trying to get to the pedophile guy. What's his name?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein, right? So I went, Jeffrey, is it Serpico? No, it's not Jim Serpico. That's a guy I love. That's Freed's manager.
Right.
And I went, not Serpico. It was Jim Irsay. And Irsay came out.
And you know Jim
I was
Irsay.
trying to say Jim Serpico. I was trying to say Jeffrey Epstein. But my hands and my brain, they grab.
Right. No, that
grab
part
hot
is
plates.
fine. But what I want to know is,
Do I know who Jim Irsay is?
Who Jim Irsay
Yeah.
is?
I do know who Jim Irsay is. Vaguely. From the knock. He was
Yeah.
and this is breaking kayfabe. This
Totally.
is Greg being
We're
Greg.
breaking it.
He's some kind of manager, owner, I want to say, of the Colts.
yes,
Yeah.
wow,
And
Yeah.
he gets loud, and he was very close with Peyton Manning.
yes,
Yeah.
Because
right.
they were like making out when he wanted to retire.
This is outstanding, an
Yeah.
outstanding nugget of
names
knowledge
stuck.
outside of your primary knowledge base.
Well, I have worked for several sports shows.
Congratulations.
No one knows why.
Yeah.
So some of the stuff sticks, but most of the
Now
time.
I didn't. Now go ahead. Now the mead onion.
I think the Metonian is one of them, but I want to take a side note real quick. I want to tell you about
course.
last night. I had a real fun moment last night, and then we'll get right back. This is just Greg's time for a second. Last night was at the Comedy Cellar. You may have heard of it. It's the greatest comedy club that's ever existed, and they only
damn
allow
it, what the
the finest
why-
comedians,
This,
a.k.a.
this is fucking personal, man.
What? I'm not looking at you.
Okay,
No.
don't touch me.
That actually wasn't. What I was just trying to say is I was just there, and I sit next. There's nowhere to sit. I sat next to Colin Quinn. I got very excited. I've met this guy twice.
Mm-hmm.
Twice. I sit down, and he goes, "Hey, Greg," and I went, "Whoa!" I screamed, "Whoa!" at him because I couldn't believe he remembered my name. And then he got into a giant fanatic sports conversation, which I could not.
Keep up.
I just have to sit kid up. I don't know anything. Right? They're talking about sports.
You know Jim Irsay.
You
You
got
should have
Jim
brought that
Irsay.
up.
You
Well,
could
I
keep
went with my
doing
other
that.
name because they were talking about, who's the greatest? He said, who's the greatest basketball players? And he said, who's the greatest forward? And I went, you got to go Sean Kemp because you know me. I always go with Sean Kemp. And he goes, Sean
Well,
Kemp's great.
Come
And then
on, that guy's got the most potent sperm.
Yeah, 13 kids that we know of.
and I think I think that Colin is so nice that he didn't realize that I was just saying anything. And he was like, hey, he's like, that's a great one. And then he was talking to everyone else, and I went, man, I got to stop talking because I don't know anything else about Sean Kemp or anybody else. And that's it. That's not a great story.
No, it's pretty good.
That's why I
That's
don't have. That's why I don't have a segment.
That's a good story, man. It was a shallot.
Shallot, nice.
I got it right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
two
right.
for two.
And can we
Nice.
say this about vampires? I think they're the only people actually that were cool with the Me Too movement because they're the only group of people who I know that need to be invited in. So they have to get
Yes,
consent.
they are all consent.
They're all consent, man.
But
Those
once
guys
those
are in the clear.
now this is your problem with, I would say, maybe women and the age of consent. Just because you're allowed in doesn't mean you get to take someone's life. That doesn't mean you get to start sucking blood out of their
Well,
neck.
sure. That's another-
Eat them.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
No,
That's another conversation to have.
we need to have that conversation with vampires
True.
where we go, hey, just because you're in doesn't mean you get to eat me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Uh-huh.
let you in, but I can say no at any time.
Right.
You know?
Well, vampires aren't a consent-based creature.
That's what I would say.
They are at first, though.
Are they?
No.
I think you're thinking of. There's a different monster that you have to invite in. I
No,
think
No, vampires are the one, man.
Yeah, and that's what I'm also going to say is, and I do want to double down on the fact that you come to Greg's Conspiracy Shangri-La, is that the vampire, every single person who has been canceled from the Me Too movement, if you do enough research, you will find out they are vampires. And that's how...
You heard it here first.
Where are you
folks.
guys at this week? Dude?
September 12th, I'll be in Newtown, Connecticut at the Riviera Brewery. I think it's the name of it. Reverie Brewery Company. 13th, I'll be at Ridgewood, New Jersey at the Park West Tavern September 13th, but it's already sold out, so who gives a fuck? And then we got September 20th and September 21st. Book a flight, get down there, do whatever you got to do to get down to Raleigh, North Carolina, because I'll be at Good Nights Comedy Club once again in the upstairs room. And then September 22nd to the September 27th, I'll be at the Borgata Comedy Club in beautiful Atlantic City, New Jersey. I'll be hanging out with as many EDM DJs as I could get my greedy little hands on. And then September 28th, I'll be in Norwich, Connecticut, at an undisclosed location. You'll have to go to a website to find that out. And then October 11th and 12th, I'll be right back at Helium Comedy Club in Indianapolis, Indiana. It'll be nice to make my return there, back for the first time. I've never been. And then October 3rd, I'll be in Saratoga Springs somewhere.
Great. Brendan, do you have any dates? Because then I got to do my thing.
Follow me at Airbud, EYREBUD on Instagram and Twitter. Get all my info there.
Wonderful. I'm going to do the Greg send-off as I was promised. In Greg's send-off, everyone gets which one of these is an email that I have. First choice, Target ends Tuesday, 25% off Ben and Bath. Alley Bank, who said home loans are no picnic? And third, AMC Stubbs. 17th is Discount Tuesday. Is the 17th Discount Tuesday yet? Which one do you guys think which one of those is an email I got?
I think that's the first one.
Anthony, Brendan?
Don't care.
What do you mean you don't care? Why are you coming in all angry?
What?
Why are you angry now?
What? I thought we ended.
We did. We can't come back.
I can't be rejuiced. Once I'm unjuiced, I can't be rejuiced.
All right.
Oh, can I give
I forgot to listen. The second one.
The answer was all three. All three of those are emails I
Oh,
got.
they sounded
What
pretty
did you
good.
say, Anthony?
I did want to give a shout out to Helena and Sandra for coming to shows at Bananas last weekend. And Helena gave me unbelievable gift, New York Knicks shirt, which I forgot to wear on the podcast today, but I will be premiering it next week if I remember.
Yeah, she gave me a Spider-Man shirt once, and also Lauren Crassyboard gave me this great Wu-Tang shirt once with a Batman thing. But I'm trying to lose enough weight to get back into it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Lauren, who's the best. I think she sent me a shirt, too, that I never received. Ah, man, she's great. Okay.
All right. Also, which one of these emails do I care about the most? Twitter, Drew, buy my Prince Kaufman tweeted gritty. State urgent walk-in sunglasses.
Anthony, you want to leave?
Patreon or
fucking get out of here.
Under Armour. Your password has
Probably
changed. Amazon.com. The Boys, Volume 6, Self-Preservation, and then...